What's up? This is Metal Nate.
This is Brutal Brian.
Duncan Destroyer. And we are here with Matt Heafy from Trivium.
Matty Balls.
Matty Balls.
Trying to make up a name too.
we got to do the cool DJ names. Okay. How are you doing today? How's Mayhem Fest going?
It's going great. Today's our first day. We've swapped over to the main stage, so we're super stoked on that. The tour's been amazing, as it always is. It's our favorite U.S. festival tour, and it's going really good.
And actually, I heard you were on the Jaeger stage, right?
2 years ago, we were headlining the Jaeger stage. This year, we're flip-flopping. We're headlining the Jaeger stage for 2/3 of the tour and opening the main stage for 1/3 of the tour.
Okay, because I heard that their sound system sucks, is what Corey was writing on Facebook.
It's a little different. Yeah, I guess for people that are a little further back in the sound booth, they can't quite hear it, is what I've been hearing, so.
Does the main stage, is that a good thing for you guys?
The main stage's speakers are going to crush any kind of speakers that could ever be hauled in on a truck, that's for sure. Yeah, so it'll be really good.
I know it's a different dynamic, though, because you don't have people outside that can really mosh.
Well, for us, it's like we've really gotten used to playing in front of crowds that are just there to have a good time. Like, we're not one of those bands anymore that makes the crowd do a bunch of stuff. There are some things, obviously, we'll have them, like, try to get them to do, like jumping, haze, fist pumping, maybe a circle pit here and there. But we're not like we used to be, like where it's like, hey, do this, do this, do this, do that. Now it's more like just have a good time. Because when we're out with Maiden and Metallica, I mean, their crowds just kind of stand there and hang and chill, and they mosh when they feel like it. And it's like more of a party vibe than like a forced, hey, you have to do this kind of thing.
Okay. And your upcoming 4th full-length album, In Waves, coming out August 9th?
5th.
It got moved down? Or did they change? Or I just have the wrong date to play it? Okay.
Wait, what'd you say?
August
you said
9th.
Forthcoming.
It's 4th upcoming album. Amateur Inferno, Ascendancy, Crusade. Oh my God, 5th. I knew it was 5th. Wow, typo. I'm a bad Trivium fan.
Owned.
This album was 3 years in the making, or at least there's 3 years in between this and the past release. What's behind that wait?
3 years before the recording process began, we had the idea of the record, the fact that we wanted to have a record that was as visually tying in with the music. Hold on, my brain's a little messed up. Let's rewind. You can still put that in there, but I'm starting over. All right, 3 years before the recording process, we knew that we wanted a record that was cohesive between the visuals and the music. Then we wanted everything to be a singular package. We didn't know where we were going with it, but we knew that we wanted that kind of direction. 2 years before the recording process, we started working on the music. So some of these songs, like Built to Fall, Inception, The End, Forsake Not the Dream, A Grace So Dark, those have been around since 2009, 2008 or so. And about a year before the recording process, we started working the visuals of the record. We had 5 visual artists on this album. John Paul Douglas did the photography and the documentary. Wes Sumner did the documentary. Danny Jones did the creative direction, the packaging, the album cover, the website, the new logo. Megan Giese did the custom clothing for the videos and the photographs. And Ramon Boutvisset did the music. He's doing all the music videos and the live DVD. So we had 5 visual artists, then 3 production team people. Colin Richardson producing, Ginge Ford co-producing, and Carl Bound engineering.
That's a lot of people and a lot of work.
12 total.
Okay, well then that explains the wait, I guess.
Yep.
What made you want to go back to working with Jason Sukoff for this record?
We didn't.
You didn't? I thought you were working with him at Audio Hammer.
Nope.
But you were at Audio Hammer, right?
We were there for a couple days and we fired their studio.
No way. What happened?
It just didn't work out. We started the drums at A.L. Levy's drum studio, which is a horse ranch. A.L. Levy from DOF. Did the drums there. It was amazing. And like I said, we worked with Colin, Ginge, and Carl. Then we used Audio Hammer for a couple days. It wasn't working out there. The gear wasn't working out. We were just renting the studio. We weren't working with Jason. And then didn't work out, so went to Paint It Black.
Okay.
So we didn't work with Jason on this record.
Sorry, I was using the information I had from other sources. My bad.
It's 2 strikes.
I know, it's just terrible. It's my favorite band. I shouldn't be messing this up. So the record maintains a fairly dark theme throughout. We actually just got it on Wednesday to check out. And begins with the intro, Capsizing the Sea, and the title track, In Waves. And the kind of vibe just continues until you get to the final track, leaving this world behind. What was on your mind? I know you're not talking about song meanings, but what was on your mind during the writing of the lyrics and the writing of the music for this?
That's tricky because that kind of goes along with the lines of the long answer of the short answer. So basically with this record, as you know, visually, musically, lyrically, song titles, everything, we want to put the creativity and the imagination back in the hands of listeners. We want people to come with their own interpretation of what they feel everything means. I could definitely go into like what we were doing, where we were, but never the why, because I really want people to come with their own things. And the definitions we've had come up so far have been really amazing. So it is what you make of it. Some people have said this is a incredibly positive record. Some people said it's incredibly negative. Some people said it's a concept. Some people said it's not a concept. So there's no right or wrong answer.
Okay. You're Japanese heritage. You're half Japanese.
Yep, half Japanese, quarter Irish, quarter German.
How did was this at all influenced, the writing at all for this, by the recent devastating earthquake there and tsunami that occurred near Miyagi Prefecture?
That's another question I've been asked, and that's another interpretational answer. So.
Well, I mean, in ways, the first thing I thought of was.
But also that
did you already have
happened.
that title?
That happened. I think when the record was already done.
Oh, okay. So no, that has no bearing on that per se.
I mean, the record was already completed.
Okay. Okay.
But we did just go over to Japan and donate the Rising Sun 7-string that I had, the headstockless one, for charity donation.
The one that you were still playing without the headstock
Yeah.
for several shows.
Yep. So that was just donated to Japan for relief work, and we also did a bunch of local charitable things in Orlando and sent the money off to the Red Cross.
Okay. And you just played a show there. You played a ton of new tracks there, right? One of the
Japan?
Yeah, I thought you were over there like a month or two ago.
We were there, but it was just for press.
It was just for press.
Just a press tour. Yeah.
Okay.
But we played one small club show in Birmingham, UK.
Yes.
In front of 300 people.
And that's footage from that gonna be out anywhere? I know there's.
If it's it's just cell phone YouTube clips. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you played 3 new songs there. You played Dusk Dismantled, and you played In Waves.
I think we played Dusk.
And Inception at the End.
I think we played Dusk, Black, In Waves, and a couple others. I don't remember. That night's really hazy to me.
Okay. Are there any plans to do something like that in the U.S.? Just a small, one-off?
We've done them. There's no plans as of right now, but there's another tour coming up after Mayhem. Well, actually, we're still in Mayhem. In about a week, we fly to Germany to play Wacken Open Air. It's an 80,000-person sold-out festival with Judas Priest. And the next night, we play Wembley with Iron Maiden. And we come back from Mayhem, finish up Mayhem. We're home for about 5 weeks. Then we do another U.S. tour. We're supporting a band, but not allowed to announce it.
Dream Theater, right?
I've accidentally already announced and gotten in trouble for it.
Actually, it was announced by Dream Theater, I thought.
They did?
Well, it was all over the internet.
I think that was because of us. So I'm not confirming or denying that tour. But yes, we'll be on a U.S. tour then. Finish that up, and then there's a UK European tour that was just announced today. It's in the UK, it's Trivium headlining, In Flames, Ghost, Rise to Remain, Incense. And then in Europe, it's In Flames headlining, Trivium, Ghost, Rise to Remain, Incense. And we might be doing some European dates before that, like in Italy or Spain or Eastern Europe.
That's gonna be a blast then. You guys are gonna be back on the road because you had a year off.
Yeah, we had a year off, and we worked on the record the whole time. Yeah.
Was that a good relaxation period?
Yeah, it was really good to be home. I love playing shows. I love doing this kind of stuff, but it's the moments where you're not really doing anything, when you're sitting on an airplane in coach class in the back middle and you're waiting to get there. Those are the moments that really suck, but when we get there, life is amazing.
Okay. And for the writing process for this album, I know Paolo wrote a lot, your bass player wrote a lot of the riffs. How did the writing work out between you, Corey, Paolo, and Nick?
Well, since there are 3 guitar players in this, three guitar players in the band, including Paolo, myself, and Corey, we'd always start off, someone write a majority of the song or a couple riffs or an idea, and they'd bring it to the rest of the band, and we'd keep working on it. So some of these songs have been through 10 or 15 revisions since they've been around for almost 3 years now, and then some of them, it was like the first gut instinct and it was right. So that's the way you write. It's somebody will start with the main idea, and we'll all put our spin on it and keep crafting it till it becomes something better and better. Okay.
I don't think you're going to answer this question, but I'll ask it anyway. In Built to Fall, you're addressing some sort of entity, like in the lyrics. Who or what are you addressing?
All lyrics are interpretational.
Okay. I figured that was going to be the answer.
See, the thing is I remember being a kid, and I would be into a song, and I'd find out what the meaning is afterwards when it meant something so much to me, and it was the complete opposite, and from then I never wanted to hear the song again. And I'd rather keep that appreciation for people, that they can make what they feel the song is to them, and they can keep it that way and interpret it their own way. Because one of my favorite directors, David Lynch, did Blue Velvet, Mulholland Drive, Lost Highway, Inland Empire. He never describes what any of his films are supposed to mean, ever, because he said it'll completely destroy the meaning for the people who will be able to watch it and enjoy it. So I like to keep it that way.
Okay, that's understandable. I promise not to bug anymore. I'm not going to ask about song meaning on this one. Forsake Not the Dream.
Yep.
Awesome song. How did that come together? It reminds me a lot about Shogun, the title track off the past album, because it shows your dynamics sort of, and like I think it really like pulls together like the different like sound dynamics, like range-wise, that you guys can do and pull off. How did that come together, like writing-wise?
That was a really early song. I think that one's been around for maybe about 1.5 years or 2 years before the recording began. Remember the early demos, Paulo started sending them around to us, and we heard the song. And that song was originally, I can give one tidbit on your thing that I haven't told anybody else. That song was originally called Capsizing the Sea. And the lyrics to that song, the chorus actually used the line Capsizing the Sea. But I ended up going back to the original lyrics were Forsake Not the Dream. Then I tried the Capsizing Sea lyrics, and I went back to Forsake Not the Dream. So that song had been around for a while, and it wasn't until the actual studio when we knew that song was going to be something great, because we had it around for a while, and it was almost like one of the middle range songs, and it was one that was about to get cut, and we started working on it a lot more, and then once we were able to change the drum parts, the vocal parts, and work on the music and get those tones together, it became one of the best songs on the record, and I think it's Colin's favorite song on the album. That clean guitar tone in the beginning that you hear is I believe it's a 70s or 80s Telecaster into a 70s orange amp head into an oversized Mesa cab, so we've never had a Telecaster on a record before.
So that's a new thing then, definitely.
Yeah.
Cool. How did it feel to be playing a Telecaster though?
Good, I like those. I like Springsteen a lot, so I've always wanted to play a Telecaster.
Okay. And
just for the intro.
On the topic of guitars, you're now sponsored by Gibson.
Yep.
You have a custom model coming out later this year, is that correct?
Yes, through Epiphone, yeah. Gibson's a brand that my dad got me my first Les Paul custom when I was about 11 or 12 or so, and so he got me that back then. And it was always his dream to have his kid be a Les Paul custom player, to be a Les Paul player. And so I played it for a while, but we were too small of a band for them ever to want to, formally endorse us. So we played Dean for a little bit, and we were brought into Dean by Dean Zielinski. Dean Zielinski was let go from Dean. We took off, and Gibson said, hey, we'd be interested in working with you again. So I've been with Gibson ever since. And yes, so there will be a signature Epiphone Les Paul custom coming out, hopefully later this year. I decided to do Epiphone because if I did a Gibson custom, it'd probably cost $5,000 or $6,000.
You want fans to be able to buy it.
And no one would be able to afford a $5,000. I can't even afford a $5,000 guitar. I just bought a guitar yesterday at a pawn store, and I had to haggle the dude down to $50.
What kind of guitar was it?
It's this old Yamaha red label, I think it's a FG75. Looked it up online, it was like $300, and I was like, all right, 75 at pawn store, let's try to haggle.
You can always flip it if you don't like it.
I got it down to 50. Yeah, I'm gonna have our guitar player take care of it, and yeah.
Cool.
Our guitar tech, sorry.
I was gonna say, you're a guitar player. So, but the Gibson model, I mean, it's Gibson. I mean, Dean was cool, but
Gibson's as good as it gets.
Quality-wise, you can't beat that, right?
I mean, the thing that's unfortunate about all gear, any walk of life of anybody that is anything from anything, everyone's incredibly opinionated on their equipment. Like, I just recently got into my food blog, MatthewKeithHeafy.tumblr.com, and I got into cameras and stuff, and a lot of people were ripping on. Like, when I went to that photo store, I posted a story about it. The guy was being a dick about my camera. He's like, that's not a good camera. I was like, listen, it's a Panasonic Lumix GF2 with a 20mm lens, and my friend, who's a fantastic photographer, who did our record, John Paul, he uses the Lumix, and I've seen what he can do with it. So I was like, listen, this thing's gonna rule. So with guitars, people are always biased. However, I truly do believe Gibson has the highest quality of instrument, and that's why I play it. But Corey believes that's Jackson, and Paulo believes that's BC Rich, so it's all up to who you're asking.
Okay. And so I'm skipping around on this thing. You recently released a video for In Waves, and it's not a typical run-of-the-mill music video in a barn or something with people just like headbanging it. Or like, this is like an actual movie experience thing going on. Is that going to be continued for the whole album? Are you going to tell a story with those? We're
about to shoot our second video for the thing. It's part 2 of the In Waves video saga. It's for Built to Fall, and we'll be shooting that as soon as Mayhem's over. I just got the treatment yesterday, and it's amazing. People are going to be blown away. So this thing is something I hope to see across 3 to 5 to 10 parts long.
Okay, but not every single song, but most of them?
Whatever single we do, it's going to be part of this video saga, so it'll start unfolding. The story will keep going.
Okay, just because Built to Fall is the 5th track on the album, or 6th?
I don't know,
something like
it's
that.
the 8th.
Actually, yes, it's the 8th. Yeah, sorry, I just got
Strike 3, you're out.
No, just got it the other day, sorry.
It's all good. Don't let it leak.
I won't, no.
Okay.
No, we're not going to let it leak.
Somebody already did, I think.
They did? Oh, man.
It's all good.
Is it online already then?
It's all good. Well, the thing with our record is, there are people who can download it no matter what. But
I got my pre-order.
It's all about the physical stuff. It's all about the visuals on this record. So it's like you can't experience that off a ripped copy.
Yeah, and segueing into that then, Special Edition has got a bunch of extra songs on it. It's got a cover, at least one on it. It's got some footage. Slave New World's on it, yeah. Yeah, the record itself has 13 songs. The Special Edition has Slave New World and Shattering the Skies Above. And then it also has an interlude song that's recorded in the vein of Capsizing the Sea and Leaving This World Behind, except it sounds like a mix between Middle Eastern music, Australian, Moroccan, and gladiator time stuff. And it's all done with real instruments. All our interlude, intro, and outro is all done with real instruments. There's no fake instruments on it. And then there's 2 more original songs on there. One that's like a 50-50 sing scream, and one that's an all-song song. That's one of my personal favorite songs off the record. And we decided to keep it as like a little gem for those people who get the Special Edition. Okay. So there's all that. There's extended artwork. There's a 45-minute long documentary
There's a 45-minute long live DVD. There's the music video for In Waves, and like I said, extended packaging. So a big thing with us was doing everything different than we keep seeing it. Our documentary has no color, our live DVD has no crowd, and our videos have no performance. So it's like we're doing things our own way.
That's really cool. Making you guys stand out a whole ton more. That's awesome. You were just Dream Theater tour. We won't talk about that though. But it's well known that you're a food connoisseur and you have your own food blog. So I figured I would ask, what's the weirdest thing that you've ever eaten?
I mean, for me, I'll eat anything that a culture actually eats for like sustenance. I mean, those challenge style eatings, I'm not really into that, but I'll try anything if it's like culture significant. I think I've tried everything except for, I don't know, a couple, probably animal reproductive organs. I haven't eaten that yet. I mean, you know, they believed in old-time Spain, the matadors, if you ate the testicles of a bull after you slayed it, you would inherit all its masculinity. I mean, I don't see any bulls around to slay right now, so. But I'd say one of the few things that I've tried that I didn't like, but I'll definitely try again, and I've had all these components separately, and they're fine separately, but together, it's a little rough. It's raw squid marinated in its own guts with kimchi sauce, and I had that in Japan at an izakaya restaurant. And izakaya is like a style of like, kind of like tapas style, but it's a Japanese thing, so it's like small little dishes and stuff that you share with people. But it tasted like licking the inside of a whale's blowhole, and it was a little rough, so.
That's quite a vivid description.
But I'll try it again. I also had bad menudo once that wasn't properly cleaned, and so we don't clean lower intestine. You can imagine what's in it. So yeah, but I'll try it again. So yeah, food adventures. I mean, it's really fun because Metallica got me into wanting to be in a band seriously, but Anthony Bourdain, who's in No Reservations, who wrote the book Kitchen Confidential, he's the one that got me into wanting to take food very seriously. Like I just started cooking. Every country I go to, actually just yesterday we were in Lock Haven, Pennsylvania with Paulo's family, and his uncle's a great cook. He's also a hunter, and like when he hunts, he utilizes every bit of the animal, so we got to have a lot of like local made venison salami, venison cheesesteaks, and all this like great utilization of the local fare. So, and I did a full blog style documentation of all that stuff, so I'll be having an episode of that pretty soon.
Awesome. So the fans check that out. What's the link for that?
MatthewKichiHeafy.tumbl.com.
Okay.
Check it out on Twitter.
Yep.
And I know you're also an avid gamer. What have you been playing lately?
I haven't played games in a while. Like since we started the record, I haven't really been able to play. But before we started the record, I was playing StarCraft 2 a lot, and I was ranking pretty high. I love the Call of Duty Modern Warfare games, Modern Warfare 1 and 2. The other games, they're okay.
Yeah, there's a third one coming out soon.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm not sure if it's Infinity Ward or Treyarch or what.
I think Infinity Ward is falling out.
That sucks. Well, hopefully it lives up to Modern Warfare 1 and 2, but I think I do like Modern Warfare 1 more than 2.
Yeah, definitely.
I love the Final Fantasy games, but like I said, I haven't really played much since. StarCraft 2 was the last big thing I was playing. And nowadays, I think the only thing I ever play, it'll be my iPhone, it'll be like Angry Birds or something, because it's just so quick and easy. I love World of Goo too. Like, yeah, I'm a hardcore gamer, but I guess these casual gamer things are fun to play when there's not much time.
Okay. And just a couple more questions to wrap things up. Is there anything you want to tell fans about In Waves, and anything you want to say as far as pirated music versus, I mean, you already said about the packaging that you put into this, but as far as maybe just to persuade people to not be downloading it?
I mean, for us, it's because we keep emphasizing that this thing is all about quality. You know, if people go for the ripped thing, the audio quality is not going to be as good. They're not going to have everything else that comes with it, and all the hard work that came about from 12 people. You know, that you're just going to get a bootleg version of it. That's going to happen regardless for some people, but I think the big thing with this record is if you love our band, you're going to love the record. If you hate our band, I would say give it a shot. Because, you know, a lot of people that don't like our band are just going off principle of hearing our name in the past and want to be tough, want to act and hate and all this shit, which is fine, you know, because it keeps our band name going. But I'd say just give it a shot, even if you want to be a closet Trivium fan. We've heard of those. I heard.
Why would anyone have to be a closet Trivium fan?
There was a show, and we've had proof. There was a show where one of our label publicists were there, and we were playing, and she looked to the right, and there were these two guys like flipping us off, like, boo, you guys suck. And then one of them walked away to go to the bar, and that guy that was left there was singing the words, pumping his fist for him, and as soon as his buddy came back, he went back to booing and flipping us off. So they exist out there, and we want to let you know, you can come out. It's okay.
Fair enough. You don't mind getting flipped off by the closet Trivium fans?
It's all good. No, we love, like, whether you love our band or hate our band, we still love you.
Fair enough. And anything you wanted to say about the record, like as far as it means to you, like anything else as far as like the meaning of it? I know you want to talk about the meaning of it, but like as far as
it was 3+ years of work that were put in this record of everything. We were there for every single step of the music, every step of the visuals, and we really poured our heart and souls into this thing. So it's something special to us. We made what we wanted to hear and see the way we wanted to do it.
Fair enough. Cool. I think we'll end it at that. Thank you very much for the interview. Sorry for striking out pretty much.
3 times.